we're constantly trying to do things better and to produce things exactly the way we want. And within a, with these variations, like, if a grain's out or something, you have to make modifications in your product. If there's a lot of different things when you start running a yeast through 20, 30 generations, and so there's all these little things that happen on a production scale, and for our goal is to operate within a very small window of what we think is our absolute perfect product, and the goal is to get it as close to that, what our perfect version of that is, but there will be very minor differences in a batch.
Tasting beer when you're on the side of trying to be critical is difficult because you also want to afford the chance to be surprised by things that maybe you weren't even expecting, and not just focus on what might be wrong, what might be right, this time around that wasn't right in the last time. So it's not always like, how is this batch not as good as the last one, but maybe even how is it better? And it is, I really think fundamentally it has to do with just spending a lot of time with beer. And you do have to drink enough that you get versions of things that are just a little bit out of sort. And sometimes that can be very, very subtle, and it can even be like what you had for dinner that night, or had you had a cup of coffee an hour ago, like, are you tasting things well?
We've got a nice test market here with the pub, and I think too that one of our benefits is that we're our toughest critics, and I think we're relentless in that pursuit with what we feel is a quality product for what we want to stamp our name on.